9 days after legendary actor Gene Hackman, his wife Betsy Arakawa, and one of their dogs were found dead in their 9,000 square foot Santa Fe home.
Gene Hackman, an extremely intense performance actor, has long been a Hollywood legend. But years later, Hackman suddenly vanished from the spotlight.
How about playing Lex Luthor in Superman? You enjoy playing the baddie, do you?
It's great fun. I must say, it's like a license to steal.
What was it that caused him to step away from acting? And what did Hackman have to say in his final interview before disappearing from Hollywood? Join us to uncover this mysterious disappearance. A relentless journey to Hollywood greatness. Gene Hackman faced numerous challenges on his journey to becoming a highly regarded actor in Hollywood. Despite experiencing setbacks, doubts, and criticism during his early years in the entertainment industry, he persisted and never let negative opinions deter his ambitions. He trained as an actor at the Pasadena Playhouse, where he was even voted as unlikely to succeed. However, he defied expectations with his unwavering determination. Hackman's success can be attributed to his resilience, commitment, and ability to bring depth to his performances, which ultimately led to him being recognized as one of the most esteemed actors of his era. In 1967, Hackman rose to fame with his role as Buck Barrow in Bonnie and Clyde. His impressive performance led to an Academy Award nod for Best Supporting Actor, solidifying his place as a rising star in Hollywood. The movie, a raw and sophisticated interpretation of the notorious criminal pair, was a box office hit, and Hackman's portrayal of Buck was highly acclaimed. After finding success early on, he went on to tackle more difficult roles, showcasing his talent for adding complexity and genuineness to his characters. However, it was in 1971 that Hackman truly established himself in Hollywood history by playing Detective Jimmy "Popeye" Doyle in The French Connection. His depiction of the determined, gritty cop was both riveting and passionate. Viewers were enthralled, and reviewers were amazed by his authentic, raw acting. His dedication paid off when he received the Academy Award for Best Actor, a moment that confirmed his status as a formidable actor. Hackman's triumph in The French Connection marked the start of an impressive journey. Over the following decades, he embraced diverse characters that highlighted his versatility as an actor. One notable role was in The Conversation in 1974, a gripping, psychological thriller in which he portrayed a surveillance specialist tormented by feelings of culpability and suspicion. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola, the movie received acclaim from critics and is still considered one of Hackman's most captivating performances. In 1978, he shocked viewers by playing the famous antagonist Lex Luthor in Superman, showcasing his ability to bring wit and charisma to the role. This proved that Hackman was capable of succeeding in a variety of genres, including big-budget superhero movies. In the late 1980s, Gene Hackman delivered an impressive performance in Mississippi Burning, a compelling movie inspired by true events involving racial tensions in the South. Portraying an FBI agent looking into the killing of civil rights activists, Hackman's captivating acting earned him a nomination for Best Actor at the Academy Awards. Known for his skill in bringing complexity and authenticity to his characters, Hackman became a highly desired actor of his era. Throughout the 1990s, Hackman maintained his reputation as a talented actor, with one of his standout roles being in the 1992 film Unforgiven, directed by Clint Eastwood. In this Western movie with a new perspective, Hackman portrayed the character of Little Bill Daggett, a ruthless and deceitful sheriff who controlled his town through fear and authority. His captivating and multidimensional acting in the midst of an ensemble cast contributed to the success of the film. Consequently, he received his second Oscar, this time in the category of Best Supporting Actor. Unforgiven meant more to Hackman than just a regular movie. It showcased his talent for embodying diverse and morally ambiguous characters. His portrayal enhanced the film, solidifying its status as one of the top westerns in history. He was known for his talent in effortlessly playing a wide range of characters, including heroes, villains, lawmen, and outlaws, which established him as a highly versatile actor in the history of cinema. Whether he took on the role of a resilient detective, a menacing villain, or a morally complex anti-hero, Hackman always brought a genuine quality to his performances. A man built by unfailing dedication and passion must have started form somewhere. What has shaped him to be world-loved? What was his beginning before fame like? Let's get into it. The journey from humble beginnings. For over 6 decades, Gene Hackman portrayed iconic characters in the history of cinema. Prior to achieving legendary status in Hollywood, he was a young boy with ambitious aspirations, raised in a world distant from the sparkle and allure of the movie industry. Eugene Allen Hackman entered the world on January 30th, 1930, in San Bernardino, California. The obstacles he faced in his youth served to strengthen his resolve and perseverance. Moving often, his family finally found a home in Danville, Illinois, where he would spend a significant portion of his formative years. Life in Danville was challenging. Gene's father, who worked as a newspaper press operator, faced difficulties in supporting the family. When Gene was a child, his father left, leaving his mother to raise him on her own. This abandonment by his father deeply affected Gene, influencing his beliefs about duty, self-reliance, and persistence. Despite facing difficulties, Hackman managed to keep occupied and amused. He grew fond of films during his youth, frequently immersing himself in the enchanting realm of cinema. He looked up to the extravagant characters he saw on the screen and aspired to pursue a career in acting. However, achieving this goal appeared to be unrealistic at that time. During his time in school, Hackman displayed a blend of inquisitiveness and defiance. He did not excel academically and frequently clashed with those in charge. Despite this, he possessed a natural inquisitiveness and a passion for storytelling that would prove beneficial in his future as an actor. He went to Danville High School, prioritizing sports and socializing over academics. His adventurous nature and desire for exploration prompted him to take a daring step at 16 by dropping out of school and enlisting in the U.S. Marine Corps. Enlisting in the Marine Corps marked a pivotal moment in Hackman's journey. It granted him a sense of order, control, and a chance to see new places. Throughout his years of service, he was deployed to various locations worldwide, such as China and Hawaii. The armed forces instilled in him a sense of strength and adaptability, attributes that would prove valuable in his future endeavors as an actor. While serving in the Marine Corps, Hackman's passion for radio and communication flourished. His role as a radio operator not only honed his public speaking abilities, but also provided him with the necessary skills for his future in acting. Nevertheless, he faced challenges in military life. His strong sense of autonomy often conflicted with the strict hierarchy of the Marine Corps, prompting him to explore different opportunities after his service ended. After his time in the military, Hackman spent a short period at the University of Illinois, focusing on journalism and television production. Yet, he found the conventional school environment uninteresting and decided to leave. His true interest was in pursuing a career in acting. Motivated by his aspirations, he relocated to New York City and eventually joined the Pasadena Playhouse in California, a prestigious institution for acting education. Although a significant milestone, this transition presented its set of challenges. Hackman's tough looks and unique approach at the Playhouse did not conform to the typical Hollywood standard. His teachers weren't sure about his abilities, and his peers voted him as the least likely to make it in the industry. Instead of letting this negativity bring him down, Hackman used it as motivation to prove everyone wrong. He believed that skill and dedication were more important than fitting in with the crowd. During his early days pursuing an acting career, Hackman faced numerous challenges. In order to make ends meet, he worked various jobs such as driving trucks, moving furniture, and serving as a doorman, all while trying out for acting gigs. Although facing constant rejection, he remained determined not to quit. He began to establish himself as a committed and professional actor by securing minor roles in both television shows and movies. His major breakthrough would come at a later stage, but the initial period taught him the importance of persistence, diligence, and endurance. Health over fame. Gene Hackman mesmerized viewers with his powerful acting, yet his health battles influenced his later life significantly. He dedicated himself to challenging roles that demanded both physical and emotional exertion, constantly pushing himself to provide genuine performances. Unfortunately, the strain of his demanding career took a toll on his health over time. Illnesses forced him to make tough decisions, resulting in his withdrawal from the industry and a more peaceful existence outside of the intense Hollywood environment. In 1990, Hackman experienced a serious health crisis when he was suddenly taken to the hospital due to chest discomfort. During this period, he was actively involved in the film industry, appearing in movies that demanded both physical and emotional strength. Medical professionals discovered that he had narrowly escaped a heart attack, which was a wake-up call for the actor. Although he had always been committed to his career,
"You must apologize." But Two-Gun Corcoran would have none of it. And cursing, he reached for his pistols and would have killed him, but the duck was faster, and hot a lad blazed from his smoking six guns.
This event made him re-evaluate his hectic way of life. Despite his eventual recovery, it was evident that the stress of his career was causing harm to his body. The grueling hours, intense work conditions, and the constant need to excel were starting to impact his well-being. Nevertheless, Hackman stayed dedicated to his work, appearing in major films during the 1990s and demonstrating his strong love for storytelling. Despite trying to juggle his well-being and professional life, he struggled to find a middle ground. Around the early 2000s, medical professionals started showing worry regarding the negative effects of pressure on his heart. Hackman had by then solidified his status as a legendary actor. He had snagged 2 Oscars, appeared in groundbreaking films, and garnered admiration from viewers and colleagues alike. No level of achievement could overshadow the significance of his health. Making a thoughtful decision in 2004, Hackman opted to step away from his acting career entirely. Despite his fondness for acting, he recognized the potential harm to his well-being if he continued in Hollywood. In contrast to numerous actors who find it hard to step away from fame, Hackman welcomed his choice, acknowledging that his personal life was just as important as his professional accomplishments. The decision to retire was a hard but necessary one. The question is, what was life like without acting? What next? How did he navigate it? Let's find out. Peace and creativity after Hollywood. After a successful career, Gene Hackman made the unusual choice to step away from the acting world. Unlike many actors who keep working as they age, Hackman opted for a different route that focused on tranquility, privacy, and personal satisfaction. His exit from the entertainment industry was not a withdrawal, but a deliberate decision to embrace a calmer, more serene lifestyle. Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, made their home in Santa Fe, New Mexico, a location renowned for its breathtaking scenery and thriving art scene. This peaceful escape from the hustle and bustle of Hollywood gave the couple the seclusion they craved. Their residence, a magnificent and isolated estate, was showcased in Architectural Digest for its tranquil and meticulously curated atmosphere. Hackman chose to completely step out of the limelight after retiring, unlike other actors who often remain visible in the public eye. He made a conscious decision to stay away from industry events, interviews, and any form of attention. His choice to distance himself from Hollywood heightened curiosity about his life, but for Hackman, it was purely about finding contentment and tranquility he had been missing during his time as an actor. Even after moving away from the world of acting, Hackman continued to nurture his artistic side. Transitioning from the spotlight, he delved into the world of writing. Collaborating with undersea archaeologist Daniel Lenihan, he co-wrote 3 historical fiction novels from 1999 to 2013. He then ventured into writing solo, delving into storytelling from a fresh angle. This shift not only satisfied his passion for history, character building, and thrill, but also provided a deeply personal and satisfying experience. Writing played a major role in his life, offering a way to express himself creatively without the need for public recognition. It served as a calm and introspective mode of storytelling, giving him the freedom to work at his rhythm away from the demands of the entertainment business. Hackman fully embraced a laid-back and regular life. In addition to his writing pursuits, he found joy in uncomplicated pastimes, which often differed greatly from the high-pressure projects he worked on in Hollywood. Cycling was a beloved activity of his, regularly exploring the picturesque scenery of Santa Fe on his bike. It served as a dual purpose for him, not only as a means of staying fit, but also as a way to remain in touch with his surroundings. Maintaining his physical health became increasingly significant as he aged, and cycling offered a harmonious combination of exercise and pleasure. Fishing was a source of tranquility for him, a way to relax and unwind by the water's edge. The act of casting his line and immersing himself in the peacefulness of the natural surroundings provided him with a therapeutic release. Moreover, he delved into painting as a means of tapping into his creativity, finding solace in the personal and soothing process. Hackman found pleasure in watching films in the comfort of his home, with his wife selecting the DVDs for them to watch. Even though he had left the film industry, he continued to have a deep love and appreciation for movies, now enjoying them in a more relaxed setting at home instead of being on a movie set. Although he preferred to keep to himself, Hackman stayed engaged in the creative world. He held a position on the board of the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum in Santa Fe, demonstrating his love for art and culture. While his involvement in the art community was understated, it had a significant impact on preserving and advancing artistic expression in his new home. He did not retire to be alone, but to seek equilibrium. Through pursuing hobbies and staying involved in his local area, he managed to lead a rewarding life free from the stress of the entertainment industry. Over time, Hackman started making fewer public appearances. Instead of craving attention like other famous people, he actively avoided being in the limelight during his retirement. Although some fans hoped he would make a comeback in acting, Hackman was resolute in his choice to remain retired. He had closed the door on that part of his life, and he felt no remorse. Gene Hackman's life after retiring has been filled with tranquility, innovation, and inner satisfaction. He has chosen to live on his terms, far from the demands of the entertainment industry, in a place where he can freely express his true self. Life after acting has been private, yet realistic. What was his final message to us? The final interview in question had controversies. What were they? Let's dive into it. Gene Hackman's final words to the public. Gene Hackman decided to prioritize his privacy over staying in the limelight. In contrast to other celebrities who maintain ties to Hollywood even after their peak, Hackman chose to completely disconnect and lead a peaceful life out of the public's view. He hardly ever participated in interviews, opting to concentrate on his well-being and personal matters instead. However, in what would be his final known interview, he briefly returned to the public scene, providing a rare glimpse into his thoughts on his acting career, retirement, and the simple pleasures he enjoyed in his later life. Fans had long been curious about Hackman's state of health as he vanished from the Hollywood spotlight in 2004. While some retired celebrities made occasional appearances at events or on TV, Hackman chose to stay away completely, adding to the mystery surrounding him. His words held a great amount of significance when he spoke in his final interview. This was not just any ordinary celebrity interview, but a unique opportunity to connect with a man who had moved on from the Hollywood scene. In the course of the discussion, Hackman reminisced about his career with profound thankfulness.
Yeah, I am an actor. I still am saying I want to be an actor because I don't feel as if I've given that.
He recognized that acting had opened up possibilities beyond his wildest dreams. He had collaborated with exceptional individuals in the film industry, acted in memorable movies, and established a lasting reputation. Nonetheless, he emphasized that leaving was a decision he stood by without any feelings of remorse. Hackman viewed retirement as more than just a chance to relax. It was a purposeful act to focus on his health and contentment. He pointed out that the demanding nature and stress of the film industry had negatively impacted him both physically and mentally. The extensive work hours, challenging roles, and constant public scrutiny had all led to a level of stress he could no longer overlook. Retiring was a difficult but essential choice for him due to health concerns raised by doctors regarding the impact of stress on his heart. Despite his love for acting, he prioritized his well-being over his passion. Although he had left his profession, Hackman expressed his appreciation for the fulfilling life he had created. Upon retiring, he found joy in the simple things that previously went unnoticed but now held significant value to him. He discovered comfort in hobbies such as biking, fishing, and creating art. The tranquility of Santa Fe, where he resided with his wife, Betsy Arakawa, brought him great joy. His daily routine was no longer dictated by the hectic environment of film sets. Instead, he now savored a life of leisure and the liberty to go at his speed. Hackman acknowledged that there were times he longed for certain elements of the movie business. He had a penchant for portraying intricate and realistic characters, which he found gratifying. Nevertheless, he made it clear that he did not yearn for the stresses that accompanied his acting career. While his experience in Hollywood was rewarding, he had no inclination to go back. When inquired about his notable performances, Hackman disregarded the accolades and financial achievements. Rather, he mentioned the characters that had tested his abilities the most and helped him evolve as an actor. He had a penchant for portraying imperfect, intricate personas and considered it an honor to bring them to life. Although Hackman had accomplished great things, he always stayed modest. He did not view himself as a legendary figure or a symbol, but just as a performer who had the fortune to pursue his passion for a lengthy period. His attitude was a breath of fresh air in a field where numerous individuals strive to maintain their celebrity status for as much time as they can. After completing the last interview, Hackman went back to his personal life in Santa Fe. It was evident that he had no intention of making a return or making any more public appearances. He had finished discussing his career and was content with his choice. He wasn't looking for approval from the public, as he had already found satisfaction in the life he created outside of Hollywood. Even though he had stopped making public appearances, his impact was still enduring. He demonstrated that genuine accomplishments involve more than just reaching goals, but also recognizing the right moment to step away. His post-Hollywood life served as evidence that often the most fulfilling prize is the ability to live according to your terms. Final years, a life of quiet dignity. Gene Hackman maintained his preference for a low-key existence as he reached his 90s, having left behind the glitz and glam of Hollywood. Despite the common struggle for celebrities to distance themselves from the spotlight, Hackman had successfully transitioned into a more serene lifestyle, finding satisfaction outside of the entertainment world. He had no interest in making big public appearances or seeking out media coverage. His main focus was on living a life that aligned with his personal values, reveling in the ordinary pleasures of everyday life. Despite his infrequent public appearances, sporadic confirmations kept his admirers at ease about his well-being. These fleeting peeks into his daily life depicted a person who was not just relishing his retirement, but also preserving his freedom, well-being, and satisfaction. In March 2023, one of the most recent instances of seeing Hackman in public occurred near his residence in Santa Fe, New Mexico. At the age of 93, he was observed going about his usual routines peacefully and without drawing any attention. He stopped by Papado's Seafood Kitchen, a well-liked eatery in the area, and dined with his spouse, Betsy Arakawa. Observers commented on his content and joyful demeanor as he relished the companionship of his wife and the pleasant ambiance of the restaurant. Hackman, known for his iconic status in Hollywood, never displayed celebrity behavior. Whilst dining at the restaurant, he engaged warmly and humbly with both the staff and other patrons, embodying a down-to-earth demeanor. He sported casual attire, exuding a sense of ease and contentment. In contrast to certain celebrities who tend to keep a distance from the public, Hackman maintained an approachable demeanor, radiating a relaxed and welcoming aura. After exiting the diner, Hackman was seen pulling over at a nearby gas station to fill up his truck. This seemingly insignificant action portrayed the lifestyle he had embraced. Despite being in his 90s, he persisted in managing his day-to-day tasks, cherishing the autonomy that had always held significance for him. Unlike many retired famous individuals who choose seclusion and seldom leave their homes, Hackman stood out. He did not seek preferential treatment or desire to be catered to. Instead, he favored living a humble existence, finding solace in the simple pleasures of life. For almost 20 years, Hackman had completely withdrawn from his acting career. Unlike many actors who find it difficult to leave the industry, he exited without feeling any remorse. He had left the high-energy environment of Hollywood in the past and had welcomed a more relaxed and tranquil lifestyle. Later in life, Hackman discovered contentment in the little things. He took pleasure in biking amidst the stunning views of New Mexico, creating art, composing, and being with his spouse. His time was relaxed, with no set plans, media appearances, or film obligations. He had established a peaceful yet profound existence. The key to a successful business is identifying a target market and addressing their needs through product development. Understanding consumer preferences and behavior is crucial for creating products that will sell well. A Hollywood legend and his mysterious passing. Gene Hackman's death at the age of 95 signaled the conclusion of a significant period, yet his impact endures. A prominent presence in Hollywood, he was famed for his skill in bringing genuineness to each character he portrayed. His portrayals in iconic films such as The French Connection, Unforgiven, and Mississippi Burning established a notable benchmark in the cinematic realm. Despite stepping away from the spotlight, his artistic contributions continued to shape and motivate succeeding waves of performers and directors.
To be the best that you can be. I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game. In my book, we're going to be winners.
Hackman's life was a demonstration of equilibrium, extending beyond his professional accomplishments. Unlike other celebrities who find it difficult to step out of the limelight, he made the decision to prioritize his well-being, his loved ones, and his happiness over maintaining his fame. He chose to spend his later years in serene seclusion in Santa Fe, New Mexico, far away from the never-ending scrutiny of Hollywood. Nevertheless, the end of his life brought an unforeseen and sorrowful change, leading to uncertainty and speculation surrounding his death. During his professional journey, he skillfully navigated various roles, smoothly moving between intense action films and emotive character-driven stories. By embodying a wide range of characters, including villains, heroes, and those with questionable morals, he solidified his reputation as a highly adaptable actor. His knack for making viewers connect with his characters, no matter the film genre, distinguished him from other actors in his age group. Having won 2 Academy Awards and being nominated several times, Hackman solidified his position among the top tier of Hollywood actors. Despite his accomplishments, he always stayed modest, giving credit to his directors and fellow actors for his success. The significance of his work in movies is still being analyzed in film schools, demonstrating that his influence on the film industry will endure. Even after stepping away from the spotlight, his impact continued to be felt. Admirers consistently sought out his movies and frequently brought up his name when discussing the most iconic actors. His reputation only continued to expand throughout his retirement. On the date of February 26, 2025, Hackman and his spouse were discovered dead in their Santa Fe residence in a manner that authorities deemed questionable. Worried maintenance staff, who had not been in contact with the couple for a while, went into the home and came upon the sorrowful revelation. Hackman's lifeless body was located in the entrance area, with Arakawa being found in a bathroom alongside an exposed prescription bottle and pills scattered close by. Furthermore, one of their trio of German shepherds was discovered deceased inside a closet. Investigators observed that a door leading outside was partially ajar, with no evidence of anyone breaking in. The initial checks dismissed the possibility of a gas leak, further deepening the mystery surrounding their passing. Law enforcement started an inquiry, but as more information came to light, numerous inquiries surfaced rather than solutions. Fans and the media were filled with various theories. Some wondered if it was a tragic accident, a sudden health issue, or even a deliberate act. The mysterious nature of their deaths left people curious for explanations, yet authorities were hesitant to share details prematurely. Despite the mystery surrounding his passing, Hackman's memory endures without damage. His influence in the film industry is indisputable, and his acting is still praised. He was a dedicated actor who knew when to step back, a quality not often seen in Hollywood. His talent for fully embodying his characters left a lasting impression, and his choice to live a secluded life post-retirement further enhanced his reputation. Hackman's life journey is more than just his movies. It is a source of motivation for not only actors, but for all those who prioritize personal contentment over fame. His choice to walk away from the limelight when he was at the peak of his career demonstrates that true success is not only measured by professional accomplishments, but also by the ability to recognize when it is time to relax and appreciate the simpler moments in life. Even though there may still be mysteries surrounding his death, the impact Gene Hackman made on the film industry is undeniable. His body of work will be analyzed and celebrated by fans, directors, and actors for many years to come. Despite his absence, Gene Hackman will forever be a prominent figure in Hollywood. The movies he starred in his acting abilities, and the lasting impact he made will guarantee that his reputation as one of the best in film history will endure. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.